Welcome to Terminal Exchange, episode 82, Safe and Sound, Why Paying Attention Matters. Terminal Exchange is the official podcast of Nussbaum Transportation, where we explore pressing issues and compelling topics in the trucking industry. I'm your host, Sage Anderson, and today we're talking with two of our safety experts about the safety video of the week. They'll share video recordings of real-life situations about what we can learn, whether we're driving a personal vehicle or an 18-wheeler. Now, here is our featured exchange. So today we have Kevin and Klay from Safety.
Hello.
If you're not sure that they're in safety, you can look closely and you can actually see safety is engraved on Klay's shirt. So, a few things before we get started. One, we want to wish Kevin again a happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And Klay, we're just glad you're here.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting, and here at Nussbaum, we call it the safety video of the week. Some people wait the whole week biting their nails for it to come out. Others are just as excited still. So what is the safety video of the week?
Well, safety video of the week is where we have a chance to highlight some of the good things that drivers do. Sometimes safety, they can be labeled at pointing out maybe some of the bad things or errors that drivers commit. Safety video of the week, we really try to show the good things that drivers do. And it's a chance to show the company, show drivers some awareness, some things that we can learn, some things that, I've had some office people tell me, hey, we show our kids these things, so we want them to be aware of as they're driving, for those that are like, that don't know much about Nussbaum, and they're probably wondering, like, where do you get these videos? Do you have cameras that are rolling 24/7, or so you just one of you want to explain that?
Mm-hmm. Go for it, Kevin.
We have a camera system in our trucks called Smart Drive, and they are not live, so they have to be triggered one of four ways. But the number one way that they're triggered is by G-force.
Okay.
So whether somebody hits the brake really hard, they have to swerve around something. Mm-hmm. That's usually the case. When they're triggered, it takes a 20-second video of the event, and then it stops. So it's it just records over itself until it's triggered, and then that's when we see something.
Okay.
And another way that the driver could trigger a video is from the panic button, and a lot of the safety video weeks are actually from drivers hitting the panic button and wanting to capture what they just saw or witnessed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that if I'm driving down the road and a beautiful deer ran out in front of me, but I didn't stop or anything, and I just wanted to go back and be like, I want to see this video. Do I have the ability to do that or no?
Yeah, you can if you hit the panic button.
If I hit the panic button. Yeah. But if I don't and nothing happened, we can't just go back and look through my day and see.
Yeah, no, a video wouldn't be captured or triggered unless, like Kevin said, there was a braking force or G-force or some capturing event or the panic button.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. So how did this start, and when did it start, this safety video of the week?
It happened, I guess, a few months ago. It's been since this past summer.
Sure.
Rick came up with the idea, loved it, and
and Kevin's kind of been spearheading it every week. We really wanted to, like Kevin said initially, the point of it is awareness. It's these videos get sent to the rest of the fleet for all the drivers to watch. And I think it's just great for office employees to witness and see and truly get an idea of what our drivers are going through. Because it's crazy. It's a crazy world. They see a lot of things. We run a lot of miles. There's a lot of exposure.
Yeah.
It's just good to get everybody on the same mindset of this is what's happening out
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah, that's really good. How do our drivers respond about this video coming out?
It's been overwhelmingly, it's been a positive response.
Okay.
I mean, we've had, I've had emails or link messages sent to me. I'm like, wow, it's great. And then we'll have some drivers they'll ask some maybe additional questions that we didn't address in the video, and we have a chance to explain something.
Okay.
That's been good.
Awesome.
Been a lot of views.
Do you think that they have a right for some to be skeptical? Or
what do you mean by skeptical, I guess?
no, I think they're just watching me, or I think that they're going to use it and tear me down, or...
Yeah. I mean, first of all, with the safety video of the week that we send every week, we're getting like the driver's permission before we send it out.
Okay.
We're making sure that they're comfortable with the video being shown. And in orientation and how we describe the cameras, I mean, Kevin does this probably the most, describing the cameras because it's what you do on a day-to-day basis. But you're always going to have maybe the driver or someone who's skeptical of a camera watching them.
Yeah.
But just that connection of, hey, this isn't live. We're not spying on you or any of that. This is to protect you and the company. And I think these videos have really shown how they do protect our drivers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we've been talking so much about them. I think it's time to pull a few up.
Let's do it.
The first one that we are going to show, we like to call it Lawsuit Saved. So this video, you want to describe it while I'm pulling it up a little bit?
Yeah, no. If I remember correctly, I think our driver was driving through Indianapolis, real busy area, but it was, I think, nighttime or early morning. And yeah, he's in his lane, driving straight, not doing anything wrong. And with the sound, you actually can hear an impact to the trailer. And fast forward, he pulled over, police came, and the report was not accurate to what truly happened. The other party said that we switched lanes, that we were the ones that struck their vehicle. And yeah, it was all against our driver, basically, of our driver's fault. It turned into a pretty ugly scenario on the back end with insurance and attorneys, and a lawsuit was evident. It was coming down the pipeline. We were able to use this video to basically exonerate our driver and prove the facts of what truly happened.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So things like this, are they pretty common because we're a large trucking company and it's just a personal vehicle and they just think...
Well, yeah, I mean, in today's day and age, it's just crazy out there. We live in a really lawsuit happy, I guess, world today. So yeah, being a big trucking company running 52 million miles a year on average, there's a lot of exposure. So we see these things happen, unfortunately. But thankfully the video, it caught the truth of what truly happened.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. That's great. So this next one, we like to call it Threading the Needle. And it's a nail biter, and it's a pretty close call. So we'll play that video.
Yeah, this one made me cringe in my chair when I first saw it. Fred is coming down the hill here, and our driver is he's doing a great job just paying attention. It's kind of a low visibility, and it's when it's coming down a hill and it's raining really hard, you're going to have water that's going to be a little thicker and produce more of a hydroplane type of scenario. And sure enough, ahead of him, all of a sudden you can see some water, some smoke, and it's right where a bridge starts. And so a car lost control, came into his lane, and if he wasn't paying attention, we could have had a fatality, no doubt. But he had to just swerve around him. He did have a vehicle to his left, but that person was able to get over a little bit as well. So no contact was made. Yeah, and he pulled over a little bit further up the road. He had to get across the bridge to figure things out and dial 911 or whatnot. But yeah, it's just another example of our driver just really paying attention and having a great reaction time.
Yeah. When I watched it, it just baffled me, because if he just would have blinked, like if he, or sneezed, or like just a second, things could have been so different. And we'll talk about this a little bit later, but it almost just seems like there's like just this spiritual element of like protection or something going on. So it's just really, really neat to see that.
Yeah. I like that, Sage, because we've said that so many times with this, not just this scenario, but I don't know, multiple times a month, I would say, in safety. It's like perfect timing, right time, right scenario. Even though something happened, it's like, how in the world was nobody injured? Well, I mean, God definitely has his hand in multiple events where, he just protects this company and our drivers.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, I was talking with Brent Nussbaum the other day, and I just asked him about his morning routine, and curious, what time do you get up in the morning? What do you do when you wake up? And he said that the first thing he does is he prays in the morning, and he prays for different things like his family and for people to come to conversion and things like that. But he said, most importantly, I pray for the safety of our drivers and for those that are driving near them. And then thinking about that and thinking about these different videos and seeing like just how close of a call they are. And I know that Brent Nussbaum's not the only one praying for that. So it just makes me remember to keep praying every day, because I think you can see the evidence in some of these videos.
Yeah, for sure.
So this next one is, we'll just call it a truck pass. So if you want to go and explain what's happening here.
So our driver is driving down a 2-lane country road, sunny day. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen. And then out of nowhere, it looks like he's kind of cresting a small hill, so to speak. And then there's another car coming at our driver in his lane. So the car is driving way too fast, but trying to pass another person in the opposite lane coming head on. And again, our driver's paying attention, and just does a great job of slowing down and getting off to the shoulder so there's no head-on collision there. It was just a very, very close call again. And
and you also can notice that he is on the phone, but he's using his hands-free device.
And he's being aware of what's behind him, what's coming in front of him. He's gauging the distance between the guy who's passing him. I mean, there's a lot going on here, and the driver, if he just doesn't have that instinct, that recognition, if he's not paying attention, it's another crazy scenario that could have unfolded.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, and last one, we'll go into the motorcycle video. All right, so what's going on here?
Yeah, I think our driver's just traveling in a busy interstate. I think 4 or 5 lanes of traffic, and there's a motorcycle kind of weaving in and out, and I think either he strikes a car or loses control. Something happens up ahead, and I think he falls off the motorcycle, and just a crazy situation. If our driver's not paying attention, not slowing down, not being aware, not having the distance that he did, if he was following the guy too close or whatnot, he could have been right on top of that guy, Sure. So just another crazy situation that we see.
So you can notice in this video too, at the end of it, there looks like there's a personal vehicle and someone's getting out of their car. Mm-hmm. Would you recommend doing that in that situation? If so our truck's behind, parked, and then there's a personal vehicle, or would you say you should not get out of your car?
I think it's probably case by case. It's tough in these situations.
I would make sure that traffic has stopped around you, like everything is stopped and there's not, cars flying by and everything like that, instantly dial 911 first. While, maybe if you do get out, everything is stopped. And I think the person, because it's a motorcycle, there is somebody laying on the ground. And so immediately you're thinking, we need to see if this person's okay. So, yeah, like Klay said, case by case, just be very careful. You don't want to add to the carnage going on.
And I think at the end of this video, our driver he was obviously slowing down. I think he had his hazards on. And he was coming to a complete stop in the middle lane, and you can see that he grabs his phone, so he's immediately trying to dial 911, get somebody out there.
Yeah. Earlier in this video, you would be able to see on our end, we've got some data that's on the bottom of the video that shows when the brake is applied, how much throttle percentage is on the pedal, things like that. There's other things, but you can actually see him when this motorcycle passed him on the left and cut in front of him to speed past. Even before the motorcycle, I think, wiped out, he's already touching the brake pedal because he's anticipating some danger, right? He wants to create more distance between him and that motorcycle, and sure enough, disaster striked, and he was able to stop before he ran over whatever. Yeah.
Wow. So, yeah, that's really, really awesome stuff. I think it teaches all of us in the office that watch them how careful you need to be. It gives you compassion and understanding for our drivers. Sometimes they'll come in and they'll walk up to my desk and talk to me about what they're facing during the week. And it's hard to actually put yourself in those shoes or in that truck unless you're actually you're witnessing it. And so I've really, really appreciated the videos. One for, also my own understanding. I know this past year, there was a young woman that lost her life because there was a really icy bridge, and an accident happened. And so we have a little bridge coming up to get to work, and I always think about that. Now I know this year bridges freeze first and they're slippery, and it's just little naive things that I think unless you have parents that remind you every day before you go out the door, it's just things that you don't think of. Whether, it's harvest time and deer jump out a lot more, or it's, bridges freeze first, or just to be super cautious in the rain. There's just a lot to learn from the videos.
For sure.
Would you guys have anything else you'd like to add?
Well, just as we send these videos out, don't be afraid to ask questions about them. We have a couple drivers that did, and that's great. If you want to, you have any suggestions about maybe, I don't know, what to look for or what we can try to drum up with, because we do have a lot of videos from accidents in the past. Klay's handled a lot of those. But we can, we'd love to talk to you about whatever.
Yeah, and just to note, these videos we do just send internally. We're excited to share this on the Terminal Exchange, just as I think something that's pretty innovative. It's exciting, it's teachable, but we do not send out these externally. We got permission from these drivers, and we were glad to be able to share them with you today, but it is something that is private. So, anything on your end, Klay?
No. Yeah, I'm excited to continue doing the safety video of the week every week. I just think it's great for just Nussbaum and creating awareness internally and for our drivers out over the road. It's a great teaching tool. It's great to relive some of these scenarios and give praise to the drivers for how they handle these tough situations, because it really is a matter of life or death in some of the cases. So yep.
Well, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, this is Lisa from Recruiting at Nussbaum, and I'd love to answer any questions you have about driving with us. Give us a call at 309-268-1199 or visit nussbaumjobs.com. Talk to you soon. You've been listening to Terminal Exchange, the official podcast of Nussbaum Transportation. If you're enjoying our content, please leave us a review. Your reviews help us spread the word about these important topics and invite more people into conversation. You can rate and review us on your podcast app or visit us online at terminalexchange.org. New episodes arrive every other Tuesday, so be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow Nussbaum on your favorite social media platforms and be the first to know when new episodes are released. Thanks for listening. Until next time, own every moment and stay purpose-driven.